We're back on Fresh Waves. We're talking turrets and coasters and things that you use in your house. And we're going to get back to talking with Alison Jackson from Redefined Finds about the different workshops. So we kind of covered the dirty pour thing, which sounds like it's right up my alley because it doesn't require any skill. And I'm looking down here now. There's furniture painting, paint your own piece. We talked about those, the hall table and things like that. Now there comes string art. And when I hear string art, it kind of reminds me of the old spirograph stuff.
Yeah.
And then you, like, when you put all the nails down, then you hook.
That's exactly what it is, but it's a new modern take on it, I guess. There's a lady that I've had in the store probably almost since we opened, and she has her own company, Blissful Days Designs, and she does string art workshops. She does beautiful art on boards, stained boards with that, and nails them. But now I think what she does is she puts like a stencil down and then strings the stencil and the words, and they're so popular.
And they're really pretty.
They're really pretty, and we've been booking a ton of them. We also have, next week we have March Break for Kids series on. So we have a workshop every day that we're open, and one of them is kids string art. And this one is a take on a Mother's or Father's Day present. So they'll be doing mom, and it's like a string then where you can clothespin pictures, and then same for the dad. But they've been really popular because I think too now the big signs with one word on them is very popular for your home. So family, love, home, whatever. They've been popular for the last little bit. So when you do that with string art, I guess it's just a little different take on it. So she sells out all the time, and she's been doing them probably now, I think about 2.5 years. Because I remember saying to her, you should try to teach a workshop. And now she teaches them all over the place, not just my store. She teaches them everywhere.
Isn't that neat?
So it's popular. And also another one that kids can do too. Like we try to find ones that kids can do, because not always with paint is it the easiest thing. Not our paint anyway, because it's not washable. It's not like a Crayola marker that's washable. So we try to make sure that we have a lot that kids can do as well as parents. And also you can do it with your mom, like your mom and daughter can come in and do a string art workshop or something like that.
Well, that's a nice thing too, because it's nice to have the kids with their parents. Lots of parents are working these days and don't get to spend a lot of time with their kids. So it's fun when they can.
We do a lot of that. We have a lot of mums and kids in there. Not even just young kids, but like my age and their mom. Mm-hmm. Or, whatever, just they bring their whole family. We have family workshops a lot. They'll bring cousins, aunts.
Isn't that
and just come for a Sunday morning or a Saturday morning and do a workshop.
That sounds like fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm looking at spring wreath. Now, the spring wreath, I think, is kind of funny. We have every third week on Fresh is the decorating week. And Yolanda Patifer of Yolanda's Exceptional Home Decor comes in and we talk about decorating. And one of the things we talk about all the time is how a wreath is timeless. People use them only at Christmas when they can be used all through the year. And we talk also about taking a Christmas wreath and taking out the Christmassy bits and having a winter wreath that's on your door. And then after that, you can then go into the spring. So that is really appealing to me because we've done so much talking about these wreaths. And sometimes people don't get what a spring wreath
put it on,
really is.
Well, I think as people, I have seen like an Easter wreath where it's got,
little
like
eggs
that.
and bunnies.
Yeah, but I think this is our first one of the spring because we've always done the same. We've always had a holiday wreath workshop, a few of them, and it's all with the fresh greens and all of that, and makes the store smell pretty. And but this one is going to be with silk flowers so that it lasts longer. I think it's tulips that she's going to use, but she comes in and does wreath. I think the greenery is natural, but it's going to have like bright, fresh spring colors. And they're silk. So I think it'll be nice. I
think it'd be really nice.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. Those wreath workshops have always been a big seller in our shop.
All right. Well, maybe next time Yolanda's on, you can pop in for a minute because you're just across the street. You could run over and just tell us what you're going to be doing in the workshop. And we'll talk about colors and that kind of thing. And you can tell us what you're going to do with the workshop.
Yeah, there you go.
Sounds
That's
like another
good.
fun pairing.
Yeah.
Okay. Gem and aromatherapy bracelet. That doesn't really sound like painting furniture.
Nope, not painting furniture. I think, too, because going back to the whole purpose of when I started the store, I had to be, I'm only there. I don't want to say part-time, although some people would say I'm only there part-time, because I know my customers are like, I come in 4 times and you're not there. And I'm like, well, it depends on what day it is, because if it's when the kids are there, I'm gone. But I also structured it so that I only teach workshops every second weekend, because the other weekends I'm at hockey games and everything with my kids. But the store still has to run. We still have to offer things. We still have to do things.
Yep.
So on the weeks that I'm with my kids, I offer all workshops that I can't teach. So typically those are not painting ones. So that's when we have the gemstone and aromatherapy bracelets. And again, another popular thing. And it just goes back to, it's all about DIY in town. It doesn't have to be about painting. It's about artisans. It's about crafts. So we have local artisans in the store that sell their things. So Krista from Crystal Effects, she sells her jewelry in the store. So she has these gemstone bracelets, and now she's teaching people how to make them. And some of them have stone on them that you can drop aromatherapy oils. So she sells them, and then she shows them how to do them, and then she also sells kits. And the kits go like crazy. So then once you know how to put them together, she sells pre-done kits to the people who took the workshop, and they take them home, and then they can make more bracelets at home. But I just think it's like we're trying to just like round out the store with so many different things. And it's exciting to me because we're always adding something new. We just added an essential oils workshop where they can make their own bath salts and bath scrubs.
Neat.
I just put that on there, and I think that one will go too, because it's just, again, like I don't know, it's something that appeals to me. I don't know how to do it, but I would take a workshop to do it.
My daughter would like it.
Yeah, and it's not expensive. It's like a way to spend a couple of hours, and it's $45. You have some fun, you learn something new, and you take home your own. I think in this one, you take home like 4 jars of salt scrubs.
Neat.
Again, another local person. Like we're always trying. Most of ours are local. There's a couple from outside of Solo, of course, but we try to, if someone's starting up a new business, we try to, like this, I don't know if it's a brand new business for her, but she's local and she does essential oils. So it's like, come on in and show us what you've got.
Yeah.
We have another lady, she's all over Instagram, and she's right here. She lives right in town. Her name's Janet at the Pretty Busy Room, and she does shirts. She also does tumblers. She does tons of things, and she sells socks like crazy in our store, like that have the writing on the feet. So if you have your feet up, it says, if you can read this, bring me a glass of wine. Or it says, shh, the Maple Leafs are playing. And those go like crazy. She sold so many of those. But again, it's helping all these local artisans. She does super well on her own, but just giving her another
venue, another spot, another
That's
audience.
That's right. It's really, really nice. I really like it. Even Charlene at Moonflowers had her essential oils in the store for a long time, even though she's right up the street. I'm like, yeah, put your stuff in here downtown. It's a different place. You might get a different audience down here. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
So,
okay. And then we get to the farmhouse clock, which we already talked about.
yeah.
A family name tray.
Oh, so that's just a tray where I was seeing these all over that seem to be super popular, and that's just using your initials. So I have never done custom stencils or anything like that, but we're just getting into that now that we're more of a workshop shop, so that if someone has something they want to put on a piece of furniture, on a tray, on a pillow, we can cut that stencil for them and have it printed. So we're just starting to do that. So our family name tray is just that. It's the initial of your family and then your last name, and it's going to be on the tray. So it's a bit more personalized.
Is it a wooden tray or a ceramic?
It's a wooden tray.
Oh,
no.
neat.
Yeah, just more of a decorative tray, but it's really nice. You can lean it up on your hearth, and then you can use it on your ottoman. Again, just more things that we're adding just to make it... we know there's a need for those out there. People love that kind of personalized stuff. So
now, live edge sign.
Oh, that one's always popular. Holiday, we did live edge like mad. I have a supplier. It's so cute because my parents now live 3 hours east of here at a cottage. Well, they tore down the cottage and built a house there. And the man who lives around the corner from them, when I go there, he used to have these huge slabs of live edge wood, which in like Home Depot or wherever are like $150. But he would just have them out on his lawn with a pail that you just pay on the honor system, which is so old school, but so nice, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I used to get them all the time to bring them up. Now I order. I'm like, I need 45. So now he knows what I want, and he cuts them, and my parents bring them up for me. So at the holidays, we were doing probably 8 different workshops on just doing Christmas signs on live edge wood, because there's something rustic and holiday about that. So now we've added like a 6-foot one that you can put outside your door. That's like welcome or hello spring, and he cuts those for me. So it's a live edge sign, which are hard to get at a decent price. But because I get them from him, we get them at a decent price, and then they can make them. And all of these things are going to be available too, again, because we're a DIY studio, they can come in now. And if they don't want to do it in a workshop, we will have some of these articles available, so they can come in on a day in the week. And we have Thursday as our drop-in day. So you can drop in at any time between 12 and 8 and do any of these crafts.
Wow.
And we'll show them how to do it.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I really like that. That's our biggest new thing that we never had. First of all, we were never open past 5. Because it's pretty quiet. Main Street's pretty quiet after 5, unless you're a restaurant. But now we're going to be open 12 to 8 every single Thursday, so that we can get those people who do want to do something, but they don't have the time to either join a workshop, or they want to come with their kids, or maybe that workshop's not available. So we're going to have a price guide on the wall, and they can just come in anytime between 12 and 8 and say, I want to do a live edge sign, take it from our stock, and we'll show them how to do it, and then they leave with it done. Which is really, I think, a kind of a cool concept for us. Again, that will take a little bit of time to catch on, because people don't know we do that. So I'm going to have to really advertise that. But I think it's really neat, because people also will bring in like a chair from their dining room and paint it. They don't have to make an appointment. They just come in, plop down, and you pay $25 an hour and use our stuff. And get it done.
That's really cool.
And also have our expertise, which is nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, it's a good option. So that's new. And then we also do have workshops on those nights too, just because I thought in the beginning when we're first starting out, I thought, well, we're open till 8. Nobody knows we're open till 8. And people aren't really open till 8. Stores don't stay open past that.
Which is unfortunate sometimes.
Yeah, it is sometimes. I get that. I know. And so we will have that night that's open. So we're going to have workshops so that it looks busy and full on those nights, because I don't know if people will come by. I hope they do, but I don't know that yet. So that's a whole new concept for us to stay open. So we're going to try to get people to come in the evenings and just be creative.
Yeah,
and you
work
don't
on
have
a piece.
to. Mm-hmm.
That sounds
that's a
great.
really cool thing.
Okay. Well, I'm loving this stuff. And we're going to be talking a little bit more when we get back from this next break about some of the private parties and fundraisers that you do, because I think that's a really cool aspect of this whole thing as well. You're listening to Fresh Waves. I'm your host, Bren Masson. We're talking with Alison Jackson from Redefined Finds. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Do you find that mainstream FM radio plays the same classic rock songs over and over, and rarely, with the exception of specialty programs, play backtracks or B-sides from your favorite albums? I hope you can join me, Chuck Roberts, on Friday nights at 9 p.m. for my 1-hour show, Classic Backtracks. We'll explore the backtracks or B-sides from classic rock artists from the 60s through the 90s, and play the songs that you don't usually hear on mainstream radio. And hopefully we'll play a hidden gem that brings back some fond musical memories. During my show, I also profile a Canadian rock artist in my Coast to Coast segment, and each week close the program profiling a classic rock artist's contribution to rock music, from bands to solo efforts or collaborations. That's Classic Backtracks on Friday nights at 9 p.m.
Hey, did you see that post online about Julie?
I totally wrote it. Wasn't it hilarious?
Is all of that true?
Who cares? She's done anyways.
Are you talking about that post about Julie?
Yeah, funny, right?
No, but that post about you was.
What post?
Oh, you didn't hear? You're fat, you're ugly, you're stupid, and oh yeah, you smell too. The whole school saw it, no big deal.
That's so mean. Did they really write that about me?
No, but how does it feel?
Sometimes you can feel all alone when being bullied. That's when you can really use a friend. If you see someone you know being bullied online, let them know they're not alone. Stand up now, support a friend, save a life. For more information on cyberbullying, visit stopthemean.wordpress.com or call our hotline at 1-800-555-STOP.
Well, we're back on Fresh Waves. I can't tell you how fast this show has gone today. There's so much to talk about. We're running out of time, so now we have to talk about the fundraisers and private parties that you do, but the fundraisers are a really interesting aspect of this business.
Yeah, you know what? I have always been a charity minded. I Alzheimer's is very big to me. It's very personal to me. So that's always been, as soon as I got the store, even before, I said, I always want to have a charity aspect to this. There has to be a charity aspect to me being in the community. So Alzheimer's was my big thing. So I do the walk for Alzheimer's every year. And I get sponsors for that. And we do a pretty good job. And both my grandparents passed away with Alzheimer's. So I understand it. And it's a horrible disease. So whenever I can, usually once a year, we do the walk, but then I also do a t-shirt sales. So we create our own t-shirts, and then a portion of those sales goes to the Alzheimer's Association. So we do that. And then last year we did a big fundraiser, which I think a lot of the community, they were so supportive of, for the Kids Help Phone. Because I think too, again, in this day and age of social media, bullying and all of that stuff is really, really bad and really horrible and hard for kids, especially hard enough for adults to handle, and even harder for kids, and things can go viral. So anyway, we had an incident in our family. So we had, created a shirt. We thought we got to change the mindset around here, and instead of it being a depressing thing, let's try to turn it into something that can raise awareness and raise some money. So my son designed a chill shirt. And it was just called Chill, and very simple design, but we sold them in store. He sold a ton of them, and a portion of that again went to Kids Help Phone. And then we had a big fundraiser, paint your own piece event at the Lucky 20, where people paid a certain price. They came in and painted their own piece, and 50% of those proceeds went to Kids Help Phone. So that was really good. We're going to try to do a couple of big charitable events every year. Always will be the Alzheimer's, but one time we raffled off a sideboard that I'd painted for True Patriot Love, which is a association that helps veterans get back into society. So we'll probably pick I try to pick them that's personal, something that affects you, and that because then you really have a passion for it, right? Exactly. It has to be something that means something to you, and so that you can really throw your heart behind it. So we try to do that as much as we can. So we will be having a couple of fundraisers this coming year for sure. Absolutely. And then, private parties. We do tons of private parties. If they're work parties, team bonding parties, families that get together, they just want to, I just got a request the other day that they're coming into town and they want to do some crafty thing. So can they all get together on a weekend and come to the store? Absolutely. We do a lot of that stuff, and it's really fun. I'm actually in the middle of designing. We don't really have designed packages. I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants on that one and say, what do you want to do? Let's do that.
Yeah.
But I think I might just try to create some packages so I'm not burning my brain cells every single time trying to think of something. But I have packages, and we do birthday parties for kids as well. Not a ton of those, because again, it has to be very specific to, they're not going to ruin all their clothes. The very first kids birthday party I did was when I first opened, and it was a 7-year-old girl's birthday party. And I forgot, I didn't have smocks at that time.
Oh no.
I forgot to tell them to wear their paint clothes. They all wore their perfect party dresses. And I spent the whole workshop trying to get paint off these party dresses with Lysol wipes. So that was a quick lesson to learn. So it has to be good, but it has to be proper for kids. But we do all of those things. And now we have the space. We have such a big open space now inside. The store actually feels double the size. And we didn't gain any square footage. It feels bigger because of how we've created it.
It's more open.
Yeah, so that we can have social gathering places. I'm trying to create that sort of social hub atmosphere where we just want it to be a social place for people to come and hang out and book their parties and be creative and, just have fun.
Well, it sounds like you've actually accomplished that. Your workshops are selling out. People are really enjoying what they're doing.
I hope so. Knock on wood.
So I think you hit on a really good thing, and people are really, I think you were right when you said that it's it's doing your own thing, but it's also in a social environment. I could stay at home in my house and finish all of my furniture on my own in my backyard in solitary confinement.
Yes.
But we all know that solitary confinement is not good mentally.
No, exactly.
So you either have a party where you invite everybody over to my house with all their stuff.
Yeah.
I've got 5 acres in the forest, so
There you go.
They can easily spend the day doing their stuff out there. But then I got to deal with all their stuff, and I'm not interested. So
Yeah, no, exactly. No, it's great for that. And we brought it all out now into the natural light, which again is another thing. When you have it where the big windows are and you have light, it also makes you more energetic.
Yes.
And more awake. Like we were in the back in the dark before. Now we're out in the front, and so much nicer to sit there. Gets a little hot, but it's nice.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, well, it's really interesting because you've also sparked another idea that I have that I really like, this the creativity of actually doing a project like that. As an expressive arts practitioner, I'll tell you that, yes, it's nice to have a piece when you're done.
Yes.
But it's the doing of it. That's the main thing that really gives you the mental health and the de-stressor and everything. There's a social aspect, but even that adds to the physical well-being of a person.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's that process of being creative. And even if you're being creative within the confines of I'm making a clock,
No, absolutely.
there's a huge creative component to it, and that's called the poesis. And the poesis is the process of getting something done. And once you get into that creative process, it is so good for your health.
It's like therapy. There's
It
so
is.
many
It's
people.
absolutely therapy.
They sit in the workshops, unless like they're stressing about it's not going to look nice, but that's rare. But they sit there and they're like, this is so therapeutic. Like
It
to
is.
just come and to paint and to create, it's so therapeutic. I think I should have a class that's just called paint therapy.
Yeah.
And just
I'll
do
teach it for you.
There you go. You could come and teach one. Yeah, exactly. I need more teachers.
Yeah. And we paint to music too. And painting to music is
Oh,
always a
that's
great
nice.
thing. And you just, there's no rhyme or reason. It's just, here's your thing and go to town
Oh, that's a good idea.
with the music. It's
There
very,
you go.
very good. Anyway, the other thing is going to these secondhand stores. And I know in Halliburton, for example, there's a great place called the Thrift Store, and all the proceeds go to the local hospital, and
Yeah.
it goes to Search, which helps people eat. And they do a lot of really good work.
Yeah.
So people just donate all their stuff there.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
I was there with a friend, and she said if this particular, she was looking at a vanity, and she said if this was in the city, it would be $300.
Right.
Absolutely. This is what I expect walking up to it. It was $80.
Oh my gosh.
And I said to her, but you have so many of those things in your house. You don't need another. And she said, well, it's not for the bedroom. It's for the bathroom. I said, who puts a vanity in the bathroom? And she had the whole plan already in her head to cut out the top,
Yes.
put the sink in, all the plumbing would be behind the drawers. And
repurpose.
oh my goodness, when she
Yeah.
started telling me her vision, it was amazing.
Yeah.
And
it's
then when she
amazing.
refinished it and painted it, it was fantastic. And it is the focal point of that bathroom. When you walk in, the first thing you
They're
notice
so
is
unique,
that sink.
right? It's such unique. We had a lot of people in the store looking for that kind of a thing. They're turning their sideboard, or they're looking for a sideboard that they can turn into a vanity. It's really nice. I've done that in a couple pieces in my own home too.
Yeah.
My
so
plumbing's not
it's a
so
great
good.
thing because now people are on the look for something that they can do
Oh,
and
yeah.
take to your place and do it and have the guidance to do it properly. So that, because a lot of people don't want it to look like it was
Prefab.
grade 2 arts and crafts.
Yeah,
too.
no, yeah.
You know, I mean, the toilet paper wise men are really great when you're 7.
Yes.
But then there comes a point where you want something a little different.
Yeah,
And-
more mature looking.
Yeah.
You want it to look refined, but you want it to look very interesting and unique. Karen Share is good in town. They have tons of
Yeah.
stuff, lots any given
Yeah.
day. People are always calling me, go pick this up. I'm like, I'm at the store. Can you pick it up?
And you know, when you travel around Italy, you know, Europe in general, Italy in particular, because they are so free and expressive with the things that they have. And you will see a funky piece of furniture with 5 colors on it. Canadians tend to be a little more conservative.
Yeah.
But if you wanted that funk, you can actually buy the piece and take it to your place.
Absolutely.
And have the freedom within that space to make something that's totally crazy.
Absolutely. Go crazy with it. And yeah, if you do it in our space, you don't have to go and take it all home, buy all the things and take it home. You can
Empty
come
your
to
garage, park
That's
your cars
right.
outside.
There's no mess. Lots of people just leave us the brushes. We clean them at the end. It's just a nice way to,
Yeah.
come create. Don't worry about the mess. Go home. You brought your finished piece. It's so fun. It really is so fun.
It sounds like it's a great day.
Yeah. Honestly, it's a good day. Every day is different. I walk into the store, I never know what to expect. No day is the same. And I think, too, once the good weather comes, it's going to be nice. We'll throw open the door and just invite people in to see what we're all about. Because
The funny thing is, for me, a good day means go for a walk in the woods. If it's a rainy, cruddy day, then go inside and do something.
Yeah.
So people should change their mindset when they're looking at coming into your store, because I think it's a great way to spend those dreary winter days or those pre-spring days where it's too cold to do warm stuff and too warm to do cold stuff.
Absolutely. I really invite people to come and walk down Main Street and really see what there is down here, because there's so many people that don't even realize we're here, and they live in town.
Yes, I know. Isn't that sad?
And they don't even know we're here.
Yeah.
And you just, unless because you're driving home quick through Main Street and not really looking, but you come grab a coffee, there's a lot, you just walk around and check it out. I get that a lot. It's I didn't know you were here. I've lived here for however many years. I'm well, you got to come downtown, because sometimes it's easier to go to the big strip malls and things like that, but just take a walk around, and there's a lot of nice places down here.
Yeah.
So.
And I think what you do with the teaching and everything, I think it's wonderful. I was thrilled that you could come on today.
Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here.
Yeah, we've really wanted to have you on to talk about these things. And I think we're going to get you and Yolanda hooked up with some ideas for spring and things. And I think it'll be a nice blend.
That would be great. I would love that.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Jay, thanks for all your work behind the board.
Thanks
to Ivan Harris, who has returned to us from his carpal tunnel surgery, and we're very happy to have him back. And I hope everyone has a terrific day. You've been listening to Fresh Waves on Whistle FM.
You've been listening to Fresh Waves, a Whistle FM production. I'm your host, Brenda Masson, and our technical producer is Jason Rumball. Tune in every Wednesday at 10 a.m. for Fresh Waves here on Whistle FM, 102.9 on the FM dial and whistlefm.com anywhere in the world. Fresh Waves is available on podcast too. Just go to whistlefm.ca or freshwaves.ca. We podcast all of the Fresh Waves shows so that you can listen at your leisure. Fresh Waves. It really is fresh.